Yes. Hello, my dear young wonders of class ninth. We are from Dhruv Public School taking your online classes. As per your plethora of text messages, today I reshooted a complete video of our chapter. It will not only consist of all the difference among several important topics, but also I will discuss NCERT questions in detail. And as I promised you to explain about every organelle which you have watched in our last session, actually it was in an animated mode. Okay, in addition to it, from the starting to the last, I'm going to provide you the complete overview of our chapter. Basically all the topics, as some of you were recently added in the group and maximum of you are badly wanted quick revision as per your text. So let's begin with our discussion. Yes, class, actually we watched this kind of structure of our cell, and now I'm going to explain everything along with the function so that you can easily learn the topics. Okay, so that you can easily differentiate between the functions of several organelles. Okay, now today I will elaborate more. Okay, so just focus on understanding, plug in your earphones, and you should also come up with your NCERT book, because in the last we need this. In the last we will discuss all the questions which is given in your NCERT book, whether they are in the middle of the chapter and whether they are in the last text book questions. Okay, so let's start. Yes, we will going to pinpoint about these organelles. These are given in our NCERT book. First one is cell membrane, then we will focus on nucleus. After that I will put emphasis on the cytoplasm. You know about the cytoplasm. So and mitochondria and Golgi complex we will discuss in detail. Ribosomes, lysosomes, smooth endoplasmic reticulum as well as the rough endoplasmic reticulum, chloroplast, central vacuoles, lysosomes. Okay, so listen, chloroplast and mitochondria, both collectively known as the autonomous system of the cell. These are the autonomous system because they are alone capable to perform all the basic functions, because they have their own genetic material as well as a ribosome. So they have the genetic information and they have protein factory of their own. So these are the semi-autonomous organelles of the cell. Okay, we will put more stress on these topics, okay, because these are very very important. So we will going to start from the plasma membrane. Okay, look, this is the beautiful 3D image of our cell. Okay, and now I think you're very much familiar with all the organelles and about the cell. Okay, so firstly let's see. Yes, this is our plasma membrane, also known as a cell membrane. Okay, first of all I'm going to explain about this. Plasma membrane, basically, as you know, it is the outermost covering of the cells. New students who are recently added in our group, please focus more. Okay, listen carefully. And secondly, it separates the cell content from the external environment. Okay, external environment is quite a bit different as compared to the internal environment. Okay, and now I'm going to describe about the thickness. Okay, in my last session I described that the thickness of plasma membrane is as compared to like if we have 50 to 100 plasma membranes in a stacked position. Stacked position means एक के ऊपर एक. ओके, लाइक वी पुट सम कॉइन्स इन अ स्टैक्ड वे. मीन्स जब हम लोग अपनी नोटबुक को, एक नोटबुक उसके ऊपर दूसरी, उसके ऊपर तीसरी, जब हम ऐसे ऐसे करके एक पाइल बना देते हैं. ओके, तो सो आवर स्टैक इज ऑलमोस्ट जस्ट लाइक दैट. ओके, इफ वी पुट सेवरल प्लाज्मा मेम्ब्रेन्स, okay, one by one in ascending order, so the thickness will be as we have a single notebook page. Okay, so hundreds plasma membrane collectively when stacked to each other, then they will seems to be a single page of our notebook. So this is about the thickness, and numerically it is 7 to 10 nanometer thick. Okay, and plasma membrane is electronically, we can view this, we can analyze plasma membrane under the electron microscope. Electron microscope is the very fine microscope, okay. And our membrane is extremely thin. The nature of plasma membrane is elastic and semi-permeable, okay. Here I said semi-permeable because it allows some material to pass through the membrane, and for the rest of material it resists. It can't allow the material, or which is really big in size, or there may be any pathogen to enter into the cell, okay. And the last point is, basically this plasma membrane is composed of lipids and proteins, okay. You know na, phosphobilipid layer. In our last session I described it in detail, okay, so try to recall that, okay. And we can't separate it from the cell cytoplasm, okay. So it is the outermost covering of the cell, okay. You can see in this image these globular proteins, and in between the fatty acid tail, the upper portion, and it is a sandwich like structure, the outer part and the inner part, where you can see the blue color balls. These are basically hydrophilic in nature, okay. So these are the water loving molecule, and in between there are hydrophobic tails. These are water repelling system. So this is about the chemistry of our plasma membrane. After that, now I'm going to discuss about the functions of plasma membrane. The very first function, okay. Class, try to develop the picture or the image of plasma membrane in your mind, and try to think, okay. It is the outer covering. So the very first fundamental function of the plasma membrane is it gives definite shape to our cell, okay. If we have a ball, and the outer covering of ball is responsible to provide the definite shape to the complete structure, okay. And the second important function of our plasma membrane is it acts as mechanical barrier, and it also protect all the contents and maintain internal environment of the cell. So this is responsible to maintain the environment, okay, because ये एक wall है, okay. This is highly responsible. It has accountability to maintain the environment, not only the outside, in internal environment also, okay. First function is it provides shape. सेल क्या करती है? आउटर कवरिंग प्लाज्मा मेम्ब्रेन सेल को शेप प्रोवाइड करती है. एंड द सेकेंड फंक्शन इज इट एक्ट एज अ मैकेनिकल बैरियर, मीन्स प्रोटेक्ट करती है अंदर के कंटेंट को कि वो बाहर ना चला जाए और बाहर का अनवांटेड कंटेंट अंदर ना आ जाए. सो इट इज़ अ बैरियर, सेकेंड फंक्शन. एंड थर्ड फंक्शन इज आर प्लाज्मा मेम्ब्रेन इज सेलेक्टिवली permeable. I have told you about three types of permeability: full permeability, selectively permeability, and non-permeability. Non-permeability means doesn't allow anything to in or out, okay. And semi-permeability means allow for some selective molecules, and complete permeability means there is no hindrance to material exchange from outer environment to the inner and inner to the outer, okay. So these are the three functions. First one is definite shape, second one is mechanical barrier, third one is it is selectively permeable, it permits only certain substance to pass, okay. And fourth function, it engulfs large molecules as food, okay. The food particles, plasma membrane have ability to engulf the particles like our amoeba does, okay. Amoeba does na. In the last, this is the fifth and final, according to me, this is the last function, recognition of foreign substance and defend against microbes, okay. Our plasma membrane have ability, as you can see, yes, here these are the carbohydrate chains. These glycoproteins or these chains act as a signals to the cells, okay. These receptors have ability to recognize the foreign substance and defend against the microorganism. So the chemical present on the surface of our plasma membrane, these have ability to recognize which is the self molecules and which are the non-self molecules. So these are the collectively 5 functions of our plasma membrane. First one is definite shape, second one is mechanical barrier, third one is selectively permeable, it allow certain material to pass. Fourth one is plasma membrane have ability to engulf molecules, okay, and in the last it have also additional ability to recognize self molecules, okay. It can differentiate very smartly which is the self molecule and which is non self. This is about the plasma membrane, and I think you know uh, about the diffusion, osmosis, okay, the moment of the substance in and out of the cell. Very nicely I covered this topic. You know about the osmosis process, diffusion process, isotonic solution, hypertonic solution, hypertonic solution, endocytosis, phagocytosis. So today I will not discuss about these things, okay. Now we will move towards the cell wall, okay. Class, cell wall is the exceptional one. It only present in the animal cell. Let me show you the animal cell. Yes, I have a beautiful diagram of animal cell. Basically, sorry, this is the plant cell. Again I called it animal cell. Actually the plant cell is green in color almost every time, okay, and it consists of extra membrane. This is known as cell wall. You can see green in color, that it is an extra membrane just after the plasma membrane. So cell wall is very rigid and very protective covering outside the plasma membrane, okay. Like in our smartphone, mostly when we use our smartphone, all the time we have extra cover to protect our phone. In the same way, the plant cells have an extra or additional cover. It is known as the cell wall. It is very rigid, and the main important thing is our cell wall is made up of cellulose, a non-living substance, okay. Actually students, I select this question to ask from you uh, in between as some as a part of our activity. But I explained this, so I will not going to ask this question to you. And after that, yes, I was describing that it is composed of cellulose. It is a non-living substance, okay, and cellulose is complex substance. It provides structural strength to the plants, okay. Plants have more strength, okay, and yes, cell wall is highly permeable. As I earlier said that plasma membrane is semi permeable, but our cell wall is highly permeable. It permits free molecules or free movement of the substance in and out of the cell wall, okay. Yes, and yes, one more interesting thing, in your notes you have written plasmolysis, okay. So it is a sophisticated process. What is plasmolysis? I'm going to describe you. Listen class, this is very simple process, okay. Suppose you have a plant cell, okay, and you put it into the water. You dip any substance made up of plant cell, dip into the water, and after some time, through osmosis, there is a shrinkage or contraction of the content in the cell away from the cell wall. This phenomena is known as plasmolysis. Means when a cell, अगर वाटर में सेल है तो क्या होगा, कुछ टाइम के बाद वो श्रिंक हो जाएगी और वो क्या करेगी, अपने कंटेंट को लूज करना शुरू करेगी. If in that condition, if we remove its cell wall, this process or this phenomena is known as plasmolysis, okay, without the cell wall, okay. And now we will discuss about the nucleus. This is very important topic to discuss. On the basis of this nucleus, we will further analyze the difference between prokaryotic and eukaryotic cell. Mostly the nucleus play crucial role in this, because karyotic means the presence of nucleus. In prokaryotic there is a primitive nucleus, and in eukaryotic there is a well defined and proper packed nucleus. So that's why on the basis of nucleus there are two categories of cell further. Okay, here I have downloaded a beautiful image of nucleus also. Yes, this is our nucleus. And students, in the last I have a surprise for you, and idea also, an idea. I will discuss my idea as well as surprise with you, so be calm and wait for the surprise, okay class. So this is the structure of nucleus. You can see the purple colored ball. It is also look like a cell. In the cell there is a in between there is a central ball. It also seems to be like the cell, but actually this is the nucleus. We can say nucleus is the heart of our cell, and it was discovered by, I know you know very well, Robert Brown, son Robert Brown, 1831. And the nucleus is a spherical. You can see in between it is spherical and or oval. We can say means round in shape, and it is darkly stained structure. When we used to create a specimen, or we create a slide of our nucleus, so it will be very stained structure due to the presence of the dye mostly. And after that, the structure of nucleus we will going to discuss. You can see in the outer part there are the nuclear envelope, and on the envelope there are some pores so that it can exchange the material. Okay, and in between these are the chromosomes, like these structures. Okay, and these chromosomes are made up of DNA. Here I made DNA like this, but the normal structure or the double helical structure of DNA is like this. Okay, and apart from that, nucleolus, it is also the central part of our nucleus. Okay, and our nucleus is responsible to contain the genetic material which have our almost all genetic information about the body. And nucleus is also known as the hereditary vehicles, our DNAs. Students, we have in humans 23 sorry yes 23 pairs of chromosomes. 23 pairs means in we have 46 chromosomes. Okay, so these chromosomes from the previous generation and transmit to the next generation. So basically these carries the genetic information. Okay, and we get 23 from our mother and 23 from our father. So in collectively we have 46 chromosomes, and in pair these are 23. Class, focus. I will ask questions in the quiz. Questions are from the lectures. Okay, so concentrate. And yes, DNA, the full form of DNA. What is DNA? If we, yes, these are the chromosomes. If we open these chromosomes, or we can say the zoom these chromosomes, so basically chromosomes is made up of DNA, and DNA stands for deoxyribonucleic acid. Again, deoxyribonucleic acid. And what is in these DNAs? Yes, this DNA consists of genes. Okay, these genes are responsible for several traits in our human body. Okay, so chromosomes is made up of DNA, and DNA is made up of the genes. So genes are the fundamental and structural, or we can say the single monomer unit of our DNA. Okay, and after that, now I'm going to discuss about some functions, or we can say the important functions of our nucleus. Basically it is a controlling center. We can say it is the brain of our cell. We can also say it is the control center of the cell, because it coordinate all the activities in our cell. Okay, and second function is it act as the storehouse of our genes. Okay, हमारे genes को carry करना, हमारे genes को रखना, it is a kind of store for our genes. And thirdly we can say cell division is also a crucial process. Okay, this is very fundamental and very the basic process to give rise other cells, and also in reproduction also. So cell division is also one of the imperative process. Okay, and this is also controlled by the nucleus. And fourth function of our nucleus is it help in the formation of ribosomes and RNA needed for the protein synthesis. Okay, our body is made up of proteins, almost protein. Okay, fats and carbohydrates also, but almost protein. So in our nucleus there is humongous of DNA, maximum huge DNA present, and this DNA transforms into the mRNA, and after that convert into the protein. So basically our cells, in our cells we have nucleus which carry all the information and all the structural units of our body. After that, the fifth function of our nucleus is it help to transmit characteristics from one generation to the next generation. So these are the five important functions of our nucleus. Now I'm going to different elaborate the difference between prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells. Okay. uh, yes, here I have differences. First difference, in prokaryotic cells you can see, number one, pro means primitive, cryon means nucleus. Okay. So prokaryotic cells, these organisms which have prokaryotic cell type, they have lack of nuclear membrane, and that's why they are called prokaryotic cell. Their DNA and their chromosomes, or we can say it is in a naked form. Okay. Not very well managed or properly packed form. Okay. And in eukaryotic cell, eu means true, cryon means nucleus, the cells which have true nucleus, or we can say the complex and complicated nucleus. So such organisms with cells having a nuclear membrane are called eukaryotic ones. Okay. And the second difference, these cells also lack of cytoplasmic organelles. जो आपकी प्रोकैरियोटिक सेल्स होती हैं उसमें सारी की सारी ऑर्गेनलीज प्रेजेंट हो भी सकती हैं और ऑलमोस्ट ऑल नहीं होती प्रेजेंट. ओके. सम सेल्स में होती हैं बट नॉट इन प्रॉपर फॉर्म. ओके. जस्ट just the presence, not the working, as compared to the eukaryotic cells, because eukaryotic cell is comparably more complicated. Okay. And second point, in eukaryotic cells have complex organelles, which we are discussing right now. And third function, prokaryotic cell is very very small in size as compared to the eukaryotic. So in eukaryotic you can write these are the large in size. And fourth function is single and circular chromosomes. The exact shape and the size, or we can say the number of chromosomes in prokaryotic cells are very less, and circular chromosomes are found in prokaryotic cells, whereas in eukaryotic cells multiple chromosomes and linear chromosomes are present. Okay. Circular in prokaryotic, linear in eukaryotics. And the examples, this is very important class. If you write these differences in the test, don't forget to put examples, because examples are the main to describe about prokaryotic and eukaryotics. Okay. So bacteria, amoeba, these are the examples of prokaryotic cell, or you can put here any microbial cell. Okay. You can put here virus, you can also put here algae, yeast. Okay. Protozoa. And in eukaryotic the major examples are animal cell, plant cell. Okay. So this was about the difference between eukaryotic and prokaryotic. One question in NCERT text questions also given on the basis of this discussion. Yes, ninth class. Can anyone tell me that what is this? Try to yes. Try to recognize it. It is ER, endoplasmic reticulum. You will say, ma'am, there is no ribosomes. So this is a smooth endoplasmic reticulum. No, students, this is the Golgi body, or we can say the Golgi complex, the Golgi apparatus. Okay. And this is also the beautiful image of our Golgi apparatus. But now we have to discuss about the endoplasmic reticulum. Yes class, this part just adjacent to the nucleus. Okay. Nucleus is surrounded by the endoplasmic reticulum. Basically endoplasmic reticulum are of two types. Okay. First one is smooth and second one is rough. Smooth endoplasmic reticulum you can see in the boundaries here. These are the smooth, because on this surface there is no ribosomes. Okay, and here you can see plethora of ribosomes. Okay, so that's why this is rough in structure, and this one is smooth. Okay, SER, smooth endoplasmic reticulum. This is the rough endoplasmic reticulum. Okay, now let's discuss the functions of endoplasmic reticulum. Students, this is near to the nucleus. Okay, so it also provide mechanical support to the cell, and secondly, it forms new nuclear membrane after every cell division. Okay, this process is known as membrane biogenesis. I will ask you this question in 1 or 2 marks. Okay, what is membrane biogenesis? Membrane biogenesis क्या होता है? It is a process. Okay, ये एक process होती है. इन दिस प्रोसेस क्या होता है, नई न्यूक्लियर मेम्ब्रेन की फॉर्मेशन होती है. और कब होती है? आफ्टर द सेल डिवीजन. जब सेल डिवाइड हो जाती है, सेल क्या करती है, दो में स्प्लिट हो जाती है. मीन्स फ्रॉम वन सेल इट विल स्प्लिट इनटू द 2 सेल्स. और जब 2 सेल्स बनेंगी तो अलग अलग से हमें क्या चाहिएगा, हमारी मेम्ब्रेन चाहिएगी. ओके, प्लाज्मा मेम्ब्रेन. सो दिस organelle means endoplasmic reticulum help the cell to form new nuclear membrane after every cell division. So this process is known as membrane biogenesis. You can put star mark here. This is the important question, class. Okay, and this is the second function of our endoplasmic reticulum. First function was it provide mechanical support to the cell. Second function, membrane biogenesis. And third function, okay, this is about the smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Smooth endoplasmic reticulum helps to synthesize and store the lipids and steroids. Okay, हमें steroids और lipids की need रहती है cell में, because a cell is the fundamental unit. Every kind of functions, every kind of working is going on. So in that way we require lipid and steroid, and these two, lipids and steroid, are found in SER in a stored way. Okay, आपको स्मूथ एंडोप्लाज्मिक रेटिकुलम में यहाँ पर बहुत सारा स्टेरॉयड और लिपिड मिलेगा स्टोर फॉर्म में. ओके, एंड फोर्थ फंक्शन इज RER, सिंथेसाइज एंड ट्रांसपोर्ट ऑफ प्रोटीन. देखो, हमारी सेल के अंदर बहुत सारा जेनेटिक मटेरियल है. राइबोसोम यहाँ पर है जो प्रोटीन फैक्ट्री है. इस DNA को ये क्या करेंगे, mRNA में कन्वर्ट करेंगे और फिर ये हमारा mRNA प्रोटीन बनेगा. ओके, सो प्रोटीन फैक्ट्री इज वर्किंग, और उस प्रोटीन को पैक कौन करता है और उसको आगे ट्रांसफ़र कौन करेगा, बिकॉज न्यूक्लियस से जैसे ही कुछ निकलेगा RER है वहाँ पर. ओके, RER इज देयर टू अटेंड दैट. ओके, एंड आफ्टर दैट it will transport that protein or that mRNA to the respected organ or the organelle of the cell. Okay, उसको कौन आगे आगे पास करेगा, ER, endoplasmic reticulum. And the very important function after the membrane biogenesis of endoplasmic reticulum is it help us, our liver cell, to take part in detoxification of many drugs and poison. In case we took, अगर हम लोगों ने कोई ड्रग या कोई पॉइजन ऐसा कुछ ले लिया है और वो हमारी बॉडी में टॉक्सिक इफेक्ट शो कर रहा है, एंड we are in a panic situation, so in that condition our smooth endoplasmic reticulum helps to our liver cells, okay, to take part in detoxification. okay, वो उस टॉक्सिसिटी को रिड्यूस करने में और उसको एलिमिनेट करने में हेल्प करता है. कौन? SER, smooth endoplasmic reticulum. So collectively these are the 5 important functions of our smooth endoplasmic reticulum. And now we will discuss about the Golgi apparatus. This structure is looking like the bath tubs. Okay, these are the Golgi apparatus. Okay, also known as Golgi body, Golgi complex, and it was discovered by Sir Camillo Golgi in 1898. That's why it is known as Golgi body. Some pronounce it as Golgi, and I pronounce it as Golgi, and my teacher used to pronounce it as Golgi, so that's why it is Golgi apparatus from my limited perspective. Okay, this is the site where specialized proteins ओके क्या हुआ अभी पीछे आपका स्मूथ एंडोप्लाज्मिक रेटिकुलम, वहाँ पर वो एक स्पेशलाइज्ड पोर्शन था और वहाँ पर क्या हुआ था, बहुत सारे प्रोटीन्स और बहुत सारा हमारा लिपिड स्टेरॉयड वहाँ पर था। तो उसको क्या करते हैं, उसको पैकिंग का जो वर्क होता है, उसको वैक्यूल्स में और वेसिकल्स में उसको सिक्रीट करना, ये सारा का सारा वर्क कौन करता है, गोल्जी अपरेटस। ओके एंड प्रेजेंट इन ऑल यूक, दिस इज ऑल्सो वन ऑफ द इम्पॉर्टेंट इंफॉर्मेशन, यू कैन पुट स्टार मार्क हेयर। जो आपकी आरबीसीज होती हैं, आरबीसीज आर लैकिंग ऑफ दिस apparatus in red blood cells, Golgi apparatus is absent, okay, and in the rest of cell it works and it present in all the eukaryotic cells except the RBCs. And the functions of Golgi apparatus, first one, it synthesizes cell wall, plasma membrane, lysosomes, polysaccharides and glycoproteins. Okay, so this apparatus helps, okay, to synthesize. cell wall कहाँ होती है, हमारे प्लांट सेल में, प्लाज्मा मेम्ब्रेन सारी की सारी सेल्स में, लाइजोसोम्स दीज आर द सुसाइडल बैग्स, और पॉलीसेकेराइड्स दीज आर द फॉर्म्स ऑफ ग्लूकोज और कार्बोहाइड्रेट्स, एंड ग्लाइकोप्रोटीन्स, इन सब की सिंथेसिस कहाँ होती है, हमारे गोल्जी अपरेटस में. एंड सेकेंड इंपॉर्टेंट फंक्शन ऑफ द गोल्जी अपरेटस इज इट सिक्रीट द म्यूकस एंजाइम एंड हॉर्मोन्स. जो हमारी बॉडी में हॉर्मोन्स होते हैं, हॉर्मोन्स आर वेरी माइन्यूट in quantity but these are very 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 crucial. Okay, and Golgi body is responsible to secrete mucus enzymes and these crucial hormones. Okay, and after that, yes, these are also responsible to synthesize complex and special sugars in for our body. Okay, and elaboration is also one of the function of Golgi apparatus. It in this function it store modification packing of various biochemical products. जो हमारी सेल बहुत सारे बायोकेमिकल प्रोडक्ट भी सिंथेसाइज करती है, उनकी मॉडिफिकेशन करना, उनको स्टोर करना और उनकी पैकेजिंग करना, ये सारा का सारा कौन करता है, गोल्जी अपरेटस. लिसन, एंडोप्लाज्मिक रेटिकुलम ने जो पैकिंग की थी वो थी हमारी मीन्स न्यूक्लियर मेम्ब्रेन बायोजेनेसिस, मेम्ब्रेन सिंथेसाइज करवाना, प्रोटीन्स और लिपिड सिंथेसाइज करवाना और उनकी पैकिंग करवाना. बट गोल्जी अपरेटस बहुत सारे हमारे बायोकेमिकल प्रोडक्ट्स जो होते हैं स्टोरेज और मॉडिफिकेशन करता है उनकी, और साथ में उनकी पैकिंग भी करता है. सो दिस वाज अबाउट द गोल्जी अपरेटस. एंड नाउ आई एम गोइंग टुवर्ड्स माय फेवरेट ऑर्गेनेलीज. दिस आर माइटोकॉन्ड्रिया एंड plastids. You can also say plastids are the kitchen of the cells. Okay, chloroplast. Yes class, here is the mitochondria, or one word definition of mitochondria is powerhouse. It is the powerhouse of our cell, in plant cells and animal cells. Okay, it present in both. Don't confuse chloroplast or plastids. These are present only in the plant cells, but mitochondria present in the both plant as well as animal cells. Okay, a mitochondria is of two-walled structure, double-walled structure. Okay, इसमें आप देख सकते हो इसके आउटर सरफेस पे भी मेम्ब्रेन है और इसके अंदर भी बहुत सारे सिस्टर्ने बने हैं मेम्ब्रेन के. ओके, एंड दिस इज लाइक अ thermos like structure. Okay, and outer membrane is quite smooth but the inner membrane is folded. You can see inner membrane is folded. इस तरह से अंदर मेम्ब्रेन एक भूल भुलैया टाइप बनाओ इस तरह से. ये this is the structure of the inner membrane present in the mitochondria. And yes, the important functions of mitochondria, very very important function is it synthesize ATP. Okay, and ATP is the energy currency of our body. And mitochondria also play very imperative roles in the respiratory enzymes. Okay, in aerobic as well as anaerobic respiration process like Krebs cycle. Okay, and it is the intermediate for the synthesis of chemicals like fatty acids, steroids, amino acids, chlorophylls. Okay, so these substances synthesize with the help of mitochondria. Mitochondria act as intermediate to synthesize these chemicals. Okay, and the important information about the mitochondria and plastids, they have their own DNA and ribosomes. आपके plastids और mitochondria के पास इनके अपने DNA और अपने ribosomes हैं. That's why they are known as semi-autonomous organelle. If they are alone, okay, and without the cell, they can survive for some time because they have their own machinery. They will survive. Actually, these organelles are self sufficient. Okay, they can work independently, we can say. So this is the autonomous system, and this is the meaning of autonomous system. They are self sufficient. Who? Mitochondria and plastids are the chloroplast. Okay, class. Now I'm going to discuss about the plastids. Yes, students, this is the structure of lysosomes. Okay, lysosomes are the suicidal bags of the cell. Lyso means lysis means digest करना. Okay, lyso means किसी चीज़ को break करना, उसको तोड़ना, उसको digest कर देना. Okay, somes means body. Okay, digestive body जो किसी को भी digest कर सकती हो, which have ability to digest. Okay, so these are the small spherical vessels covered by a single membrane. देखो इसके ऊपर भी मेम्ब्रेन है. ओके, और उसके अंदर क्या है, बहुत सारे एंजाइम्स हैं. ओके, विच कंटेन डाइजेस्टिव एंजाइम्स फॉर द एक्स्ट्रा सेलुलर डाइजेशन और वेस्ट डिपोजिट. यहाँ पर क्या होता है, आप जब हमारी सेल कहाँ पर जाती है, एपोप्टोसिस मोड में जाती है, सेल डेथ प्रोग्राम, सेल डेथ होती है, तो क्या होता है, बहुत सारे लाइसोसोम्स एक्टिवेट हो जाते हैं और वो ब्रस्ट हो जाते हैं. उनसे क्या होता है, बहुत सारे एंजाइम्स निकलते हैं और वो एंजाइम सेल को ब्रेक करके उसको एनगल्फ कर लेते हैं. ओके, और जो सेल डेब्रीज प्रेजेंट होती है इंट्रा सेलुलर स्पेस में, उसको भी कौन कंज्यूम करता है, लाइसोसोम्स आर द सुसाइडल बैग्स ऑफ द सेल. एंड द फंक्शंस ऑफ लाइसोसोम, ये क्या करते हैं, डिफेंस का वर्क करते हैं. डिस्ट्रक्शन ऑफ द फॉरेन पार्टिकल्स, अगर फॉरेन पार्टिकल सेल में एंटर कर जाता है, सेल के बाहर है, तो जो लाइसोसोम्स प्रेजेंट होंगे सेल्स के बाहर भी और अंदर भी, वो क्या करेंगे, उन फॉरेन पार्टिकल की डिस्ट्रक्शन कर देंगे, उनको ख़त्म कर देंगे. एंड डाइजेशन का वर्क करते हैं. इंट्रा सेलुलर मीन्स सेल के अंदर अनवांटेड जो सब्सटेंस है, सेल के अंदर जो गार्बेज है, जो सेल के अंदर का सारा हमारे घर में डस्टबिन होता है ना, तो ऐसे जो सेल के अंदर डस्ट है सारी को क्या करते हैं, वो डाइजेस्ट करते हैं. ओके, सो दिस इज़ अ काइंड ऑफ क्लीनिंग वर्क, एंड बिकॉज दे रिमूव डेड एंड वॉर्न आउट सेल्स ऑर्गेनली. ओके, एंड yes, this was about the function of the lysosomes. Now the last topic, it is vacuoles. Vacuoles are also present only in the plants. Yes, these are the vacuoles, these transparent and the big structure. Basically vacuoles में क्या होता है, these are filled with the fluid of membrane and bound with the clear space. Basically they are present in the cytoplasm and very big part of the plant cell. It provide flexibility to the plant. It also provide the rigidity because it maintain the shape of the cell. And इट फिल्ड विद, इसमें क्या होता है, भरा हुआ बहुत सारा वाटर, बहुत सारा मिनरल्स, बहुत सारी शुगर्स, बहुत सारे कार्बोहाइड्रेट्स, बहुत सारे ऑर्गेनिक एसिड्स, पिगमेंट्स और मेटाबॉलिक वेस्ट, सारा का सारा कहाँ भरा होता है, वैक्यूल्स में. ओके, और वैक्यूल्स के क्या फंक्शन है, इट प्रोवाइड रिजिडिटी टू द सेल, सेल को स्ट्रेंथ प्रोवाइड करता है, स्टोर करता है जो भी एक्स्ट्रा सारा सामान कहाँ होता है सेल का, हमारे वैक्यूल्स में. और क्या करता है, ओस्मो रेगुलेशन एंड रिमूवल ऑफ एक्सक्रिएटरी वेस्ट, जो सेल को वेस्ट रिमूव करना होता है उसमें हेल्प करता है हमारा वैक्यूल्स. एंड ओस्मोटिक कॉन्ट्रासेप्शंस भी हमारा कौन करता है, मीन्स वाटर का बैलेंस कौन करता है, वैक्यूल्स. और इट ऑल्सो हेल्प इन द डाइजेशन ऑफ प्रोटोजोआन्स. प्रोटोजोआ होते हैं आपके अमीबा वगैरह, उनमें डाइजेशन में भी हेल्प करता है. क्लियर? सो दिस वॉज द फंक्शंस. Yes, this was a discussion of several functions of the vacuoles, and now we will discuss about the NCERT questions which are given in the NCERT question. So in order to do the NCERT questions, yes, in the middle of the chapter, first two questions these are discussed by us. Okay, in the last to last session, these are discussed by us. Now we will discuss the questions given on page number 65. Okay, the question on the page number 65 is how do the substance like CO2 and water move in or out of the cell? Discussion. Okay, in this regards we did osmosis. Okay, and in the osmosis we have studied about the principle water moves from the higher concentration to the lower concentration. So on the basis of this we can answer this question. Okay, I will not discuss it in detail because you did this. And this is about the moment of water which I told you. And the second question, why is the plasma membrane called a selectively permeable membrane? Okay, pause this video and think the answer of this question, because its answer is given in the question also. Our plasma membrane is selectively permeable. It means selectively, ये select करती है पहले कि this is the foreign particle or the on body self particle, and after that it allowed to move. Okay, and it also analyze the size of the particle, and it also analyze the toxicity and detoxicity of the particle. Okay, अगर plasma membrane सबको allow करेगी सेल के अंदर आना, तो क्या होगा, उसका बैलेंस खराब हो जाएगा. सेल का जो इंटरनल एनवायरनमेंट है उसका मीन्स जो उसका पर्टिकुलर एम्बियंस है अंदर का, वो क्या हो जाएगा, माल फंक्शनिंग करना शुरू कर देगा वो. दैट्स वाई ओके द सेल मेम्ब्रेन or the plasma membrane known as selectively permeable, because it regulate the movement of substance in and out of the cell. It means that the plasma membrane allow the entry of only some substance, means selectively select कर ही substance को allow करती है, otherwise it restrict the substance which are non self particles. Okay, and next question. Yes, you can do this question. This is given in the NCERT. You can fill up this. Yes, I will provide you. And I think you had did. Yes, this is the. Yes, can you name the two organelles which we have studied the content that contain their own genetic material? Yes, you know about this also. Recently we did this. Mitochondria and mitochondria and chloroplast are the two organelles which have their own DNA and own ribosomes. Okay, so these are the self-sufficient or the semi-autonomous system of our cell. And yes, if the organization of the cell is destroyed due to some physical or chemical influence, then what will happen? Okay, basically, you know, our cell is the fundamental or structural unit of life. If we talk about the single cell, it is able to perform all the living activities. So if the cell is destroyed due to any physical or chemical influence, then the ability of cell to perform all the basic function, it will also harmed. Okay, the process like respiration, nutrition and excretion will not take place because cell get disturbed. And third question is, why are the lysosomes known as suicidal bags? Because lysosomes consist of so many enzymes. और वो enzymes क्या करते हैं? Enzymes have ability to, yes, to break the cell and to digest the cells. Okay, so lysosomes are the destructive material. And next question, where the protein synthesized inside the cell? Yes, come on. We discussed all the organelles and functions as well, so I think you know about this now. Ribosomes are the site for protein synthesis, and ribosomes are present on the surface of our endoplasmic reticulum. Okay. Yes, difference between plant cell and animal cell. Now you can do this easily because we discussed everything about both the cells, animal cells as well as plant cells. So now this is your work to do. How is a prokaryotic cell different from eukaryotic cell? We also discussed this. Yes. What happened if the plasma membrane ruptures or break down? Yes, all the functions which are done by our plasma membrane, that plasma membrane will not able to perform those functions. So here you can mention the functions of plasma membrane in negative sense. Okay, all the functions which is performed by the plasma membrane. So plasma membrane will not able to perform those functions now. So and yes, what happened to the life of a cell if there was no Golgi apparatus? Here you can also mention the functions of Golgi apparatus. Okay, if there is no Golgi apparatus in our cell, so cell will lack with those functions which are carried out by the Golgi apparatus. But in the negative sense, okay, it will not happen. It will not happen. And yes, which organelle is known as the powerhouse of the cell and why? Here you can explain everything about the mitochondria. Yes, where do the lipid and protein constitute the cell membrane and get synthesized? Okay, lipids and proteins constituting the cell membrane are synthesized in endoplasmic reticulum. Recall the process of membrane biogenesis. Okay, and yes, how does an amoeba obtain its food? By the process of endocytosis. Okay, phagocytosis, endocytosis, आप उसको अच्छे से यहाँ पर explain कर सकते हैं. Okay, and what is osmosis? You know, but read these questions. Actually, we discussed in the chapter. So now this is your work to do, and if you have any hindrance, any problem when you will do these questions, you can ask. Here I have surprise for you, students. These are the models. These are very eye-catchy models done by the students, made by students. Okay, so you from these models you can take idea, and now you are able to recognize each and every component of our cell, all the organelles of the cell. So utilize this idea, and you can also do or you can say the create or design these types of model of our cell. Okay, because in our school going days we require these sorts of things, and it will be a kind of project work. I will mark your assessment marks on the basis of these presentations if you do this. Okay, like here, yes, this is also a model made by some students. I think it is made by, it is a kind of clay modeling. Yes, these are the different models made by some students. Yes, this is very beautiful, made by thermocol. Okay, these are the organelles which we have discussed. Yes class, this was all about the chapter. Okay, this was the complete overview of our chapter, and now I hope you understood this very clearly. And if you understand everything, please don't forget to drop thumbs ups in my WhatsApp messenger, as many thumbs up, and if you will drop so many thumbs ups in the messenger, I will analyze that your understanding, okay, your understanding level, and I will also put your attendance on the basis of your thumbs ups. Okay, so this was about the chapter. Now I'm Sandhya Kaushik signing out. Goodbye class, have a nice day.